and welcome this week's edition of Revved Up. Always a pleasure to have you guys for an audience, and once again welcome to a show that should throw a couple of lights here and there when it comes down to the motoring world here in the country. Now, we have quite an interesting futuristic car on the show today. Look, you might never own this car, you might never see the car, but I'm very sure you'll be quite interested to know a thing or two about the car. Plus, we do a road test tonight on a beautiful machine. Now, the manufacturers of this car might find it a little bit disrespectful that I'm actually dressed like this, because you're supposed to be more formal when you're talking about this very car. But bear with us, we tend to do things differently here on Revved Up. Welcome aboard. Let's get the show on the way. It's a beautiful few minutes coming up. It's Revved Up.
On this edition of Revved Up, Car Care, brought to you by Toyota Uganda.
Hey, this is Futsum Yosef, Technical Training Manager, Toyota Uganda Limited. Right now, we are in Namamve facilities where we have spare parts, new vehicle sales, and service of vehicles. Today we'll be speaking about windshield wipers. A windshield wiper has two components, the windshield blade and the rubber. The rubber part is the one that normally wears down as the windshield wiper wipes the windshield. We are going to speak about the importance of why we need to check them and replace them if they are defective. There are two ways of finding out when to replace a wiper blade. Number one, the driver is a very good information. When he is operating his wiper blades, if it's not cleaning or wiping the rain properly, it may be an indication to change the wiper blade. Second is to check the wiper rubber for any wear and deformation. I have here a completely worn out wiper rubber. The rubber, as you can see, the rubber is completely worn out. Why do we have to replace a wiper blade when it is worn out? Reason number one is it will start scratching the windshield, and the windshield is very expensive to replace. Number two, it will not be cleaning the windshield properly, then the driver will not have very clear visibility, and that can lead to an accident. Okay? So it's very important that we replace the wiper blades when they are very worn out. I can give you this example. This wiper blade is not doing any favor to the windshield and will not be cleaning the windshield properly. As I explained, you scratch the windshield and then driver will not have clear visibility of what's happening in front of him, which can lead to an accident. You can get this original or genuine wiper blades in Toyota Uganda, but please also service your vehicle every 5,000 kilometers so that we check all safety items for you. For any questions, please write to us on t2t@toyota.co.ug.
You see, the Revved Up set is pretty much up and down because we're an outdoor show. Now, some of my producers sometimes really take it on me to make sure I carry these cameras and these reflectors, which kind of gets me tired under the sun like this one. Which means sometimes I really hope I was a car. Because you see, if I was a car, it means all I would need is the right fuel to pump my engine, and I would do this 24 hours without actually complaining. I would actually go in for Shell V-Power. Because you know what? Shell V-Power will actually optimize the performance of your engine, keep it clean. That means you will avoid build-up and corrosion. So we're talking about smooth driving and a beautiful experience as long as you use Shell V-Power. But for now, since I'm just a presenter with Revved Up, the hard work is just part of my job, and I'll keep doing that.
Futuristic Vehicles, brought to you by Shell V-Power. Hatchbacks, are normally considered to be fairly tame vehicles with their 5-seat capability and family-friendly atmosphere. However, the trend these days leans towards hot hatchbacks, which is a simple term for a high-performance hatchback that is certainly not tame or boring. Hyundai has picked up on this new corner of the market and produced a concept car called the RN30. This jazzed-up vehicle has all the features one might expect to find in a racing car. A 2.0 turbocharged engine which provides 375 base horsepower, an exterior which has air intakes and angles which promotes aerodynamics, a roof-mounted spoiler, and a rear diffuser. There are butterfly doors to complete the showy exterior, and the body is all made from a lightweight plastic that is environmentally friendly. Not to disappoint in the interior, the RN30 maintains the sports car theme with racing car seats, a roll cage, and harnesses instead of seatbelts. A set of cameras to capture lap times and other driving activities are an extra special touch. Although we don't know the speeds at which this vehicle can reach, Hyundai hopes to put the RN30 at a similar level to cars which have records at the Nürburgring. While the concept of this car is undoubtedly flashy, it matches the spirit of the concept, which is an over-the-top, standout vehicle that is fast, impressive, and also big, with an engine that does not fall short when it comes to power. Since other hot hatches have had great success in the past, it's likely that Hyundai will follow in their footsteps with the RN30 and set a new bar in this category of vehicle.
All right, so every week here on Revved Up, we do help all our viewers out there with different components of the car, because at some point it's not just about getting out of your house, putting the key in, and driving to where you're going. Sometimes it's about making sure your car is up to date, making sure your car is going to give you what exactly you're looking out for. And one of the key components in pretty much every car, which not so many folks pay that much attention to, is the batteries. Folks think if your car doesn't start, take it to the garage. If your battery has problems, take it to the garage. So what we're doing this week is focus on those batteries and also pretty much help you on getting some of the best batteries here in Uganda. Now joining me today, this very week, is the chairman of the board, Trend Batteries. Welcome to the show. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I want us to talk about Trend Batteries. I want us to talk about your background in Uganda.
Yes, we were established here in Uganda actually in December of 2013. We are Train Batteries, and we are fully owned by Train Batteries in Sweden, which has been in the business for the past 30 years. We sell batteries to West and East Africa, as well in South Africa. But then we decided that we wanted to have a local presence, so that's why we established this here. And it's been a little bit rough road to, if I may say, educating the customers to get to know why should I pick your battery, what's the difference. As we talked about earlier, it's maybe not the most funniest product to go and spend your money on. As you said, I don't think many people actually look under the hood. It's just the car should just start. So, but we have come pretty far, and it's been very, very exciting.
I have a feeling there's a couple of drivers out there who don't even know what their batteries look like, because they just never open the bonnet. But let's talk about the range of batteries you guys come in with. I'm really excited about the details of the different types. But let's talk about the range generally. What do you offer as batteries?
When you talk about the range in car batteries, they will range from 35 amps, which being a smaller battery, up to maybe 100 amps. That would be the range of car batteries. And then, of course, we carry also up all the way up to truck batteries, being 220 ampere hours. And then, of course, you have different types of batteries. You have what we call a dry charge, low maintenance battery. This is a battery that is manufactured but not filled with battery acid and water. And then you have the sealed maintenance-free battery, which is filled, charged, sealed at the factory, giving you a factory guarantee. So it depends on what your need is, what you prefer, and what the performance of your car is, I would say.
Here's the interesting thing. from a normal driver's perspective,
Yeah.
the Shield seem to be the better one, because then it's the
Easiest,
easiest to have out there.
You come and you will buy the battery and you will put it in the car and you will drive off.
Let's talk about the fluid. Let's talk about the fluid with these batteries. I mainly could talk about the acid as well. What Trend is doing is that they're manufacturing their own here in Uganda.
Yeah.
How special is that for you? What does that mean to you guys? And just how much of an advantage does that give you guys?
Well, I think it has given us a tremendous advantage, because when we came here, you know, we wanted to find an acid that would match the quality of our battery. And we went out and market, our technical manager did, and he came back and said, I cannot find the proper gravity of the acid that is needed to actually make sure that the battery will work functionally. So we then decided to invest in a distillation machine to make clean water, and then start to do our own acid, mixing it. And we have learned, depending on where you are in the world, but the warmer it is, you need to have a certain gravity of acid, and it should be somewhere between 1.268. So we are now mixing it ourselves, and for also to give us the guarantee of making sure that our dry charge battery perform as it should. With these, the seal maintenance free, of course, we don't need to, because it's manufactured for the Ugandan market when it comes to gravity. People don't really pay too much attention to the batteries, because it's not really a fun product. It's not a nice gadget that you can put on your car and make it look fancy. But I really advise people to think about it a little bit more, maybe spend a little bit more money, because you will get better quality. And we're not talking very much more, but you know, if you add that extra, you will for sure have a car that starts in the morning. And you know, as I said, we had a customer calling us, you know, with this anecdote when he had driven down to Entebbe and he had left the car at the long-term parking lot, and he was abroad for 3 weeks. And when he came back, you know, the guys came running with a jump starter. Oh, we see your car has been standing here for 3 weeks, you know, you need a jump start. And he's like, no, I don't. And he just drove off. You know, and you know, and of course, it's a combination of you know, good charging system, but also the battery. So I think pay a little bit more attention, and because it's worth it in the long run. It will be cheaper for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate.
Yeah.
And shall certainly be coming here for a couple of batteries.
Excellent.
Alright, so my producers have told me we have very few microseconds to talk about our Facebook page. So let me get that out of the way. Our Facebook page is Revved Up Uganda. You can go in there, like the page, get very interactive with us. Let's share a couple of ideas about cars, or pretty much you tell us what kind of car you want on the show. They have also told me we have very few seconds to talk about our YouTube channel, which is Revved Up Uganda. All our videos are in there. Have I used enough time? Is it up? Alright.
Road Review, brought to you by NC Bank.
Now, most car lovers, when they're going out there to buy a car, they look out for different things. Some folks will tell you, I always mind my fuel. Some will tell you, I mind my space. There are those who will tell you, I'm in for quality. I'm in for a beautiful experience when I'm driving my car. Now, if you're in for quality and you stay at beautiful villas like these ones at the Lake Victoria Serena Hotel, then you want to open your gate and find something as beautiful as this. So come, let's take a closer look at this Mercedes-Benz GLE 400.
The different varieties of SUVs today would take too long to list, but the Mercedes GLE stands out amongst these for one simple reason. It was the first vehicle to be branded an SUV. Of course, the model today is vastly superior to the original, but Mercedes can certainly claim to be one step ahead despite the competition. The latest version of the GLE is modern but retains elements of tradition. The exterior has all the telltale signs of an SUV, an adventurous, agile shape, yet spacious enough to seat a family or carry a cargo with ease.
Now, Mercedes-Benz has changed their naming format of some of their cars, specifically the SUV range. For example, this is the former ML, and now it's a GLE. What they have done is they have added GL in front of the class. For example, if you have an A-class, it's GLA. If you have a C-class, it's GLC. This is the E-class, making it the GLE. Now, with the GLE, specifically the SUV, you've got versions that have the V6 engine in there. Those are two different versions. One of those is the Mercedes-Benz GLE 350. That comes with a V6 as well. It's a 3-liter, but it uses diesel. This is the Mercedes-Benz GLE 400, but also comes with a 3-liter, a V6 in there. The difference is this is petrol. And on tonight's show, it's this beautiful machine that we are focusing on.
Inside, the GLE has a sleek and elegant feel, possibly due to the chrome rim and dashboard paired with leather seats, and is unmistakably stylish as well. It is fitted out with the latest in car comfort technology, including an animated touchscreen that adapts to your voice and a rear seat entertainment system. Since Mercedes were the ones to pioneer certain well-known safety concepts, such as the anti-lock braking system, the GLE is guaranteed to have the safety features that will keep both the driver and passengers safe in any situation.
Alright, when you get inside the GLE 400, the first thing you realize is how much space you have on the inside. Of course, it's an SUV. It's a 5-seater as well. But the other thing you really will notice is the beautiful finishing on the inside. It's all leather, which of course, as you know, is a touch of class. You look at your dashboard, you've got your protruding 7-inch screen, which is, again, so Mercedes. Is it control for you? It gives you so many options. One of those is a 360-degree camera, and the control is just here, just a button. You have your consumption when it comes down to fuel. You have the owner's manual in there as well. It helps you with time, vehicle settings. There's so many things that screen is going to help you with, all in the comfort of your seat. Now, on the other side, you've got your armrest. Now, usually it's just an armrest, but what Mercedes has done is put lots of detail on the smallest things in your car. So it's your armrest, but if you want to keep anything inside, it's just that. It's open, and then it's closed. Let's get back to your seat though. Your seat has got settings just to make sure you are comfortable, because you meet folks who say, I was seated, my legs couldn't get the accelerator, and we do understand all that. Just have to make sure your seat is where you want it. So next to the window, next to the doors, you've got M, 1, 2, 3. Now those are your settings. So you can decide to have your settings set according to your height, or pretty much how comfortable you are with the car. Plus things like your armrest and moving the seat and the headrest are not controlled here, like we've seen with many cars. It's just next to the window. But what really stands out with this GLE 400 is you realize there's no stick to my left. Whether it's manual, whether it's automatic, I have no stick to my left because its transmission is controlled right here, right there. If I do this, that's reverse. That's my neutral, that's my drive. And if I want to park, I just press that and I'm parked. But hey, we're not parking this afternoon. It's nothing like parking. We actually are going for a drive. So come join me. Let's see just how beautiful it feels on the outside. All right, just to give you a quick recap about this GLE 400. It's got a V6 engine in there. It's a 3-liter, does petrol, and it's a 7-speed automatic transmission. Now, one of the things everyone talks about when you sit in a car like this one, however comfortable it is how fast it can get, how powerful it gets. First of all, that engine produces 333 for its horsepower and 480 for its torque, that is Newton meters. And that's quite powerful. So what Mercedes have done is not just concentrate on the beauty of the car on the inside and the outside, but they have also made sure the car produces quality. The car takes you as far as you want and gives you the best performance. Can I tell you something? Yeah, here is a very interesting fact about the GLE 400. It hits 0 to 100 in 5.9 seconds. Imagine that. 0 to 100 in 5.9 seconds. Now that right there, my friend, is a flying, beautiful beast. Alright, so as a driver, I know, we've really emphasized how comfortable it is on the inside, the seats and everything, but I mean, I probably should give you a driver's experience now. As you're driving this big 7-inch screen right in front of you, it's so clear and so close to you that it tells you what exactly is happening in the car. So I can decide to change anything. Check out the time, check out my fuel, check out the owner's manual, check out the consumption, check out the camera as well, which is of course 360 degrees, just to know what is happening all around my car. And of course, it's according to where I'm driving too. If I'm driving on terrain like this one, then I've got a Nobia, which gives me so many options. You've got sport, you've got gravel, you've got bad roads. The car is just designed to make sure it gives you exactly the same feeling, pretty much the same feeling wherever you're driving. As a matter of fact, for the first time in a very long while, I feel like I'm really amidst luxury. That is what is happening. You have a car this beautiful on the outside, with that much power, with all these accessories on the inside, and the improvements. If you're driving it on Kampala Road, or pretty much anywhere in the world, everyone who is seeing you drive this car is definitely going to give you a second look. You know a second look? Everyone has to give you a second look, because the car is beautiful, man. It's a beautiful car. I don't know how many times I've said beautiful on the show tonight, but I'm actually serious. It's a beautiful car.
SUVs are probably one of the most desired category of cars to own, and it is unsurprising when you see vehicles such as the Mercedes GLE. The most impressive thing about this car, however, is that somehow, over all these years and competitive designs, it has managed to remain at the very forefront of its class, and will most likely continue to do so in the future.
Right now we know the Mercedes-Benz GLE is a big, bold and beautiful car. Has lots of power, has lots of speed, and has lots of luxurious features on the inside, and by the way, the outside as well. But, let's now slow this down and wind it up. And the best way to wind it up is to remind you that you can always join us on our social media. Our Facebook page is Revved Up Uganda, so is our YouTube channel, where you can watch all the old videos in there, and our website, www.revvedup.ug. Let me end with a small secret. We've been booked into the villas here at the Lake Victoria Serena Hotel. So, as I say good night to you guys, let me go take a nap.
Next week on Revved Up.